Have you ever had an opportunity where you just knew you had to take it? Because that just happened to me. When the C7 debuted in 2014, it took Corvette to a whole new level of performance, technology, and style. Even though it's been around for almost a decade, people like me still love these cars.
That's one of the few things I'd like naturally ask for.
Yeah. And 2 years ago, I thought I found the one, but sadly, it didn't work out. We got the sump oil reservoir in, we got the battery in. Everything was looking good until we tried starting it. Of course, a couple days later, we took it apart, tried to crank the engine manually, and nothing. I had a locked up engine, basically. And maybe it's hard to tell, but I was very disappointed. All the money and effort for this car was basically for nothing. But that was about to change. So some of you may know that my dad's a dealer, and so he's constantly looking at auctions to find a good deal. And he came across this beautiful Corvette, and because he's not really in the market, he asked me if I wanted it, and of course I do. So we're gonna see what happens, but it's a 2014 Corvette. It's a Z51. It's a 3LT, so it has like the nice interior, and I just saw some pictures of it and it looks super nice, so I'm really excited for this one. And with a bid amount of only $12,475, we ended up winning it. But there was one small problem. Just like my last one, this one also doesn't start, and we all know how that turned out. So I anxiously waited for 3 days for the car to show up, and this is my first time seeing it. Yo. This fender is good, nice. Now I didn't get too excited because I knew this car was going to be sitting for a while. Winter was coming and there was no point of fixing it if there was going to be snow on the ground. In the meantime though, I purchased all the parts I would need, and a whole 6 months later, it was finally time. You see a bunch of cars like this, that's how you know it's going to be good. Yeah. Alright, we got the goods. A battery, believe it or not. Some of you may be like, why do you go to the junkyard just to get a battery? Well, first of all, it was close. Second of all, it's $25. If you look on the side of it, it was made like a year ago, so the battery should be good. Just got to the shop and you can see that thing is in there. It's like a foot of water right behind it. And of course it's all muddy out. I don't wear boots normally, but today I had to bring some because there's no way I'm going in shoes on that. It's just so deep. Of course these cars are rear-wheel drive, and you can see the tires are literally like bald. I think they're designed that way to make it grippier, but it's obviously not ideal in mud. I don't believe this car is coming out without some help. So we're gonna get a truck and hopefully we can tie it to something. For sure I'll have to break this out somehow of the ice. Pick it out maybe. It's just like water in here, but oh shoot. The other issue is where are we gonna tie it? Like, you can see the bottom here, there's no such thing as like a tow thing on the back here. I don't believe there is anyway. I actually don't know if it's gonna be possible. And also, to make matters worse, there's a truck right here that we cannot move, obviously because of the tire right there. Okay everyone, I got some tools. I'm gonna try to pick all these out. I went to get some help, and little did I know, this was gonna take forever. It was starting to get pretty dark, but now that I had the car with me with the battery fully charged, I wanted to show you guys something. Yes, 28,000 miles. That makes this car a pretty good deal so far if you ask me. The lighting is probably really bad right now, but long day of work. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the car out how I wanted to, but we did lay some salt on it all around. I think if we would have pulled it, the side skirts would have came off, so I definitely wanted to put salt on it. Tomorrow morning, hopefully I'll be back with the plan to get it out, because we tried starting it and it did start with the new battery, but of course moving the tires didn't do anything. We tried, but didn't do anything. And I don't even know if pulling will do anything, so I guess we'll have to do a mix of both and maybe get creative with something. All right guys, we're back with the next day. We let the salt sit overnight. And today it's a little warmer. It's 45 degrees out, so I'm in this nice little hoodie. And there's less snow on the ground. Second day here, and this is what it looks like. It's a little warmer out today, which is kind of nice. Looks like some of the water evaporated because it was like up to here yesterday. And now it's like a little puddle right there. Curious to see how the ice did. Looks like it melted some of it, but it's still definitely in there. Although on this side, it looks like it did a pretty decent job because yesterday I couldn't even see that side skirt. And today I can. I think it'll be good enough to pull it out. But I guess I didn't give you guys much of an overview of the car yesterday, so let's go over the damage. So obviously it was a front end hit. The two things that stand out to me that are very expensive are the headlights, which are gone, of course. And I was hoping this hood could be saved. You know, maybe it could be sanded and redone. But if you look on the underside of it, it completely broke off the hinge on the front. So there's really no way of fixing that. And if you guys know, these cars are all made out of like fiberglass. The bumper, of course, is missing. And some of the things down here, like the radiator support and the radiator itself. And I think the suspension on the front is fine. But obviously we'll have to look over that and we'll be able to see everything on like the lift and stuff like that. It's funny because I actually really like these wheels. I think they look a little better than the black ones that I had on my old black one. I kind of like the chrome look. But they are a little bit small for my taste. I want to see, I might do like a nice new set of like wheels all around. And these tires, I think they're decent. I'm pretty sure these are like really popular, like the RAA's or whatever, but I just don't like the meaty look of it, honestly. I like more of a little skinny sidewall. You know, obviously not like too thin, but like at least a little bit, at least in the front. So yeah, today hopefully we pull it out because next week is gonna be in the 70s. And I definitely want to have this car out by the time it's warm out.
Despacito. Síguele dando. Esa era mi miedo.
Oh, porque no es all-wheel drive.
I had to come in here because it gets really loud in the shop. Essentially, we took off the hood, we took off kind of the general parts, we kind of looked a little more, and we found that the housing, I think it's like the thermal housing or something, is broken, so I have to order that. And also some other miscellaneous things like the hood latches and the hood, what's it called? Hinges. We need to get those too. Make sure you subscribe for the other parts of the series. And yeah, that's it.